Welcome, welcome. This is Poetry Society, the Malta Poet Society online open mic, episode number 8, I believe.
I think it is. Yeah, we started in December, uh, which was a good time to start. I think in the middle of the work situation, you bring out something good. So we did. So yeah, so we got some good poets tonight, good poetry, and a lightness of heart. And we're here to have some fun, basically. When I say fun, I don't mean hedonistic. I mean light, light, light sort of stuff. Meaningful and not pompous. That's it. Don't like pompous poetry. Pompous poetry. I don't like. Okay, I've made that clear now. Right. So I think I'll start. I think I'll start.
I'm not whipping this. There we
So
go.
we have to move the.
Yeah, I'm gonna pin us first,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna have you on
Oh,
chat.
okay.
There
That's
you go.
fine. Okay. Right. So, can you get my glasses? They're in my bag. If you lift that side up, lift that way, yeah. And then look in there, you'll find the glasses. All right. Okay. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I hate asking people to be like a sort of a.
Mm-hmm.
What that is.
You're
It's the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what. Do you want to get the mobile out at the end of the bag? It's at one end of the bag. One end.
You are?
Okay. Well done. Yeah.
Good.
Sorry about this.
This is the authenticity of the Malta Poet Society.
Or message received.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, listen. Okay.
All
So
right.
there you go. Okay. So I'm going to carry on reading. It's a poem. It's a poem. Okay. Just give me a moment. Okay. Okay. Thanks very much. Okay. What I've been doing, what I do is I read some of Jim Morrison's poetry. I'm sure you're all acquainted with Jim Morrison. He always has they had some stuff recently about him, and they were spoke to people who actually knew him, which I don't know for some reason or other hasn't historically been people who knew him so much, and it's interesting that they said that really he was completely the opposite to how he's been portrayed, and I found that interesting because the way in which propaganda it creates a false image about something. And there were people who knew him that said he was definitely not anything like was in portrayed the film The Doors, because he's kind of like a bit of a troublemaker, awkward, difficult, and actually he wasn't. And I find it refreshing and also illuminating and also a bit of disillusioning when you found that something's being portrayed wrongly, seemingly, and and actually the people who knew him close saw him in a very different light, a much more positive one. Anyway, I like his poetry, and I read a bit of it. This is actually from most of the stuff I read is from one long poem, which would take about 20 minutes to read. So I read about 3 or 4 minutes each time we do a session. But we're going to do one poem and then a bit of the main poem that I've been reading over the weeks. Here we go. This is called Ghost Song. Awake, shake dreams from your hair, my pretty child, my sweet one. Choose the day, the sign of your day, the day's divinity. First thing you see, a vast radiant beach in a cool jeweled moon. Couples naked race down to its quiet side, and we laugh like soft, mad children, smug in the woolly cotton brains of infancy. The music and voices is all around us. Choose, they croon, the ancient ones. The time has come again. Choose now, they croon, beneath the moon, beside an ancient lake. Enter again the sweet forest. Enter the hot dream. Come with us. Everything is broken up and dances. Indians scattered on dawn's highway bleeding. Ghosts crowd the young child's fragile eggshell mind. Right. Now I'll go back to the main one, the long poem, which is called American Prayer, by the way. Right. I'll come in here somewhere. All right. Here we go. So I'm just jumping in from where I left off roughly last time. Here come the comedians. Look at them smile. Watch them dance an Indian mile. Look at them gesture. How aplomb. So to gesture, every one. Words dissemble, words be quick. Words resemble walking sticks. Plant them. They will grow. Watch them waver so. I'll always be a word man, better than a bird man. But I'll charge, won't get away, without lodging $1. Shall I say it again, aloud? You get the point. No food without fuel's gain. I'll be the Irish loud, unleashed my beak at peak of powers. Oh girl, unleash my worried comb, or worried mind. Sin is the fallen, backwards by the blind. She smells debt on my new collar. Arrogant prose, tied in a network of fast quest. Hence the obsession, it's quick to admit. Facts borrowed rhythm, woman came between them. Woman of the world unite, make the world safe for a scandalous life. He, cut your throat. Life is a joke. Your wife's in a moat, the same boat. Here comes the goat. Blood, 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 blood. You're making a joke of our universe. That's that. Very good. Yeah, I liked it too. Okay, great. Okay, right. So I think let's have a look through all our contestants tonight. Contestants. I call people lots of names. Contestants, one of the nicer ones. I reckon Elaine can come in next if she wants to.
Sure.
Right.
So,
Okay, so this is Elaine Grech, and Elaine,
okay.
she likes to write, paint, and she likes poetry, and she does workshops, and here she is.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. The poem I'm going to share today, it's a throwback for about 25 years ago I have written it. But somehow I felt like sharing it with you, although it takes me back to my adolescence. And the poem is called, written by an adolescent girl at the time, Wild Men. Wild men have nothing to explain. Their life is a red Ford Escort, bright and fast. Tomorrow never comes. They live the day in hazy smoke and pints of beer. They strip their shirt off to show their well-toned body, marked with a personalized tattoo. Not an inch of fat. Perfect body. A Greek god. Wild men have a captive, dangerous gaze which mocks the word and sucks its juice. They grab their women with a strong, secure move and drive you passionately to the point of no return. With their experience seducing touch, they work with their minds and love with their bodies. Wild men have no strings attached. They come into your life like bolts of lightning. Wild men whom women want to change, yet don't. Wild men whom vulnerable women fantasize about, while the boring afternoons drag along in a torturing silence. Wild men whom women love and hate. Wild men with lonely, bleeding hearts, well hidden, well disguised.
Lovely. Okay, great. That was lovely. Thank you. So if you got something else you can present later,
Sure.
that would be good. Okay. Thank you very much. That was great, Elaine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay. So, let's see. Well, I think Norm, you can have a go.
I have a go with the djembe.
Right. So it's next to Norman. Norman's next, rather. It's going to come out with something.
Yep, mala, like this. And here we are. So I need to move the least possible. All right. So music time.
Don't forget to explain in case you doesn't know.
Can we?
Explain what it is.
Yeah, yes, of course. Melon, what I have here is what Elaine mentioned before the meeting. This is the djembe. We were having a jamming session on that, and later on I'll do some piano. But for now, what I would like to share is a piece of rhythm. So rhythm in poetry can reflect in music as well. And here we are. So today was the 12th episode. I'm 1 year old now with this project of Djembe Om, a monthly meditation using djembe, which happens every third Saturday of the month, just like Malta Poets Society. So I went live around 2 hours or 3 hours ago, something like that. And it being the 12th episode, I chose, as there is the intention as usual, and the pattern, which change every time. The intention changes every time, the pattern as well. And this time I chose a pattern which is called a pattern in 12. So for musicians, they would call it a 12-8 pattern, which basically means there are 12 beats and they are played in a certain way. So this one, which I'm going to share with you now, is the first part, the first 6 beats are in an arrangement of 2 sets of 3 beats each. And the second part is 3 sets of 2 beats each. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And it's still 12, it's still 6 and 6, but it's split totally differently. And because of that, it gives this particular way, this particular flow and motion. In fact, if you had to clap it, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then if you had to clap the ones only, it's like that's the cycle. And of course you then repeat. And then I added a little bit of an ornament. I did, but you keep in flow. And the whole idea of djembe om is to get this pattern and play it and repeat, and you get into a trance. So like if you really get into it, you go into something like playing about with mixing the tones, playing them on the 3 different ones of the djembe, the bass, the middle, and the high, and mixing and matching. As long as you keep on like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2, you can make a whole big nice piece of music, which usually I take around half an hour. Today's episode was nearly 3/4, just because we played about with that, with the patterns. Then I changed djembe as well, so I have this other djembe which sounds really completely different. Yeah, it's like a tarbuka, so and we played with all that. And that was a nice long episode, a bit longer than usual. So that's a 12/8 to them, and that's the djembe contribution to the Malta Poet Society for today. Thank you very much. Back to Paolo. Back to us. And we'll get the view going. A view and gallery. There we are. Thank you.
Give a clap, everybody. Good. Great. Okay. So, I think Claire can contribute now if she wants to, which I'm sure she does.
Okay, so hi.
Poetess, amongst other things.
Poetess.
Likes writing and stuff like that, and organizing things, I think.
Maybe, yes. So one of the things I really have enjoyed in the past is I started going out with this guy about 10 years ago now, and he's got some friends, and a couple of his friends have a Burns night supper. They used to anyway. So they all used to like gather round, and I have read one of my Burns night poems before, and they didn't know that I did poetry, but by the time I did this one, they got a bit more used to it. So this is yet another lassie's reply. So what happens is the Burns night supper starts off, I think after the haggis gets, I don't know, something or other, but at first it's the salute to the ladies from the gentlemen. So they read this tongue-in-cheek poem out about the ladies, extolling the virtues, and then the ladies reply. So this is the lassie's reply, which is so this was one from a couple of years ago. And so it seems, once more the task is mine, to find and fit those words in rhyme that perfectly convey the high esteem we hold you in forever and a day. Broad-shouldered burden bearers, your near unending vigil at the foot of Marks and Spencer's great escalator is legendary. Many speak of it, let none forget your fine form, rigid, entranced, your life force pulsing in temple, neck, and fine calf muscle, as we slip seamlessly into perfumed hustle and pretty bustle. You keep still, that stoic stance, as we in glee sift endlessly through boosting bras and reducing pants. And then, on our return, as night bids the day close, we fill your outstretched weary arms with bedding, candles, clothes. Lo, then the seasons turn from winter's sail to summer's sun, and you, muscle-bound motor mowers, battle spiky grass and relentless lawn, on and on unending, undulating lawn, unforgiving mistress, keeping you at it long past your prime. Oh, mowers, the hum and drum, the toil and trouble, we watch, we sigh, we dream a while of some newer, smoother turbo model. But no, that shall never be, fear not. It takes a special man to acquiesce, to blindly obey around the house, to shop for toiletries of feminine nature, to brave the sales, to endure our glances, and to spend your Saturdays in Marks and Spencer's.
Always good poetry. Have you got another one or not?
Yeah, I have, yeah. Hang on a minute.
Okay.
It's only a quick one.
Okay.
Just find my little navigate around my telephone.
All right.
Right. I wrote this one 20 odd years ago. I was a bit in sort of a bit more of an angst state than a tongue-in-cheek one. It's a fact, right? If something's black, something's white. If something's shady, someone's bright. Going up means coming down. Leaving the country means leaving your town. If something's full, something's empty. If you've got nothing, someone's got plenty. It's a fact, right?
Ooh, love it. Yeah, love that one. Nice. That it's kind of very direct to the point. It's true. It's cynical or potentially cynical. Depends on context, you know. But yeah, great, lovely. I love those
Thank
kind
you.
of things. The quick, direct, you know, like 48 seconds blast, bang, 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 bang. Great. Okay, I'm going to do some my own poetry now. So let's have a look at see what we got. Oh, I usually choose these about half an hour before the session. I never quite know what I'm going to do. I try and avoid being too over organized. I remember once I organized all my poems and I used to go and read in a bar in Malta. And the guy who's running it is Swedish. It's not his fault, you know. Someone's got to be Swedish. Like people have to be bin men. And he said, "Oh, he said you're well prepared tonight." Like with his head sort of seemingly nodding, kind of thing, you know. That's good. He's kind of very structured, as you can probably guess. It's just a contrast. He couldn't understand the kind of more liberal, easygoing, see what comes out type mode, having it to be bump, 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 bump. You know, I'm just saying it's not my bag. I'd rather, when it's necessary, organize. Yes, definitely. But when you don't need to and you're quite confident, it's not required. So why are you needing to prepare? Would be my question. Anyway, I wouldn't get into a big philosophical argument over it, because it's not going to take us anywhere. So here we go. This one's called, as you know, I've been on a spiritual quest since time began, and a lot of my stuff's it's a mix of things. It's a search for God, it's a search for meaning. It's the finding of God, the loss of God, myself, with other people, you know, their realizations, and sometimes a bit of cynicism thrown in when you are feeling on your own, very much. A spiritual path for me has certainly been a very lonesome thing, because nobody can really come with you. Not really. They can be with you, but not. It's not the same. You're on your own. That's my realization, anyway. So anyway, here we go. Enough talking. This one's called Loss of God. Lots of friends are all alone. Needs unanswered. Flitting from here to nowhere. Lost, but with hope. We have hopelessness. What's not making it is breaking it. Laughing can liberate. Laughing. Let's give this a moment. I think
Sorry.
Elaine, not to worry, no problem. I'll start again. Lots of friends, we're all alone. needs unanswered, flitting from here to nowhere, lost but with hope. We have hopelessness. What's not making it is breaking it. Laughing can liberate, laughing can incarcerate. Sleep stalks us, the dissolution of all form. This ship has no captain. We are all free to be ignorant or dwell on a pointless mission. We all fall down. The earth eats us, devours all. Look now in the mirror. See life fade away. Yep. Well, I'm glad. I was actually thinking of you when I was looking at the poems, and I thought, can I read poetry that you haven't heard before? Because I wanted to do that. I don't like repeating stuff. Anyway, next one's called Soul Food. What do we receive that's really worth something for the soul? Nothing. Just sweet nothing. What does it matter anyway? I do what the TV tells me, what fashion tells me, what the Daily Mail says, what the government tell me. I am shallow and meaningless, without purpose. My partner is the same. All the same. All the same. I am already dead, but apparently breathing. Robot man. I am a robot. You are the robot. I listen to crap music. I am mindless. Tell me, Mr. God, just one thing. Is there anything really here I can believe in? And you can imagine that was me looking around at everyone and also feeling kind of lost and empty. And it was a sort of, these are like almost demands, and they're also like a prayer to the Almighty.
Yeah.
They're a mix of things. I'm not into pious prayer that much. I mean, it's from here. It's not about putting your hands together. It's from here when you're like in pain or you need something or you just want to acknowledge the beauty of life and you feel it here. And for the gods, you say, please, gods, please help me through this life, which is so damn difficult, especially at the moment. Okay, here we go. Next one. I hope it's not too much for you. Transcendent becoming. Slow, smooth, and tranquil, it moves as it does, revealing itself to ourselves. Its merciful operation has no regret for its divine seduction. Come now, it says, come be here a while there's no more coming and going. The bright dawn of evermore, caress me with thy grace. There seems so much room in this house of the King. I know you can hear me, so kiss this hand. Lay your gifts upon my head, sacred still in these last moments. Vanishing soon like a summer's flower, we became today what we could never dream.
That's 3 out of 3. I haven't heard yet.
Oh, I'm glad I must have hit the right pages. Got one last one and I'm done. So you can be okay. You have to stop using your inhalers now. You'll be okay. This is called It's Life Without End. All the dead are really alive. Have no fear, the reaper has died. It's life without end. The heart is spinning, it spirals so, do you know? The light dances in the brain, and richness is found in an open hand. I know from within what is real. Let go of all that which holds you in its tomb. Imbibe in the one mercy, which is forever bound nowhere. That's it. Thank you very much.
That's 4 on 4.
Thank you.
You like that? Is that okay?
4 completely new ones.
Okay, good. Looks like I hit the right pages then.
Yep. Because I have to say, I've been hearing Paulo's poems, and I have to say the poetry is very insightful. And it's been a couple of years now, ever since our actually very first like long encounter, because I had interviewed Paolo.
2015.
Yeah, 2015. I had interviewed Paolo on Shake Television, and it was about poetry. So I automatically started my friendship with Paolo learning about poetry, and over the years I've heard him over Malta Poet Society, and these are 4 new poems, 4 on 4, all new.
Well, I'm glad because I don't know what I've read and what I haven't read, and I don't write much poetry these days. I don't feel called to do it. You know, I feel I wish I did, but I don't. And I'm always honest about whatever is, no matter what it's like. I speak the truth. That's one thing I learned above everything. If you're going to live in this life, you must be very, very honest about everything that's going on without judgment about yourself or other people. You may not like something, that's okay, but don't judge things because you never know what's what. And I do that with myself. I've historically condemned myself for everything that it's ever existed and felt very bad about it, understandably. And it's completely disempowering. And when I learned to love myself, which is work in progress, I must add, it made a big difference because I can walk down the street and feel okay about being alive and that I'm okay and I'm not such a bad guy. And I've done bad things in my life, I'd say, because I'm, as much as anything, some of them were bad, and the other side of me is now very conscientious about everything, so it makes them triple bad in a way if I was judgmental about them. But paradoxically, I don't judge. I just said, just that's what you did then. You like that now? And I said, no. Do you want to be like that? I said, no. All I want to do is love and give in what way I can and not interfere with other people either. Just lend a hand if required. I always put a gesture out. I said, do you need a help? If you want, I'm here. If you don't, it's okay. Leave you alone. Anyway. So, I think
Lexi?
yeah, oh God, forgot about Lexi, yeah. Lexi put Lexi on. Right, we've got Lexi on. Lexi's 10-year-old girl, and this is one of her compositions. And she lives in Gozo. I know her mother. She meditates with us, and so yeah, Lexi's a very spiritual, gifted child. She's highly creative. I think I can say truthfully that she has problems. There are problems being in Gozo, being a highly creative child. It's because people find it difficult to understand someone who's very creative. That's what I'm trying to say. And she can't help it. It pours out of every cell of her body. And anyway, you'll see her now. Let me stop speaking, and then you can see what she's at.
No,
This is Lexi.
All right, so we'll pin first. How can I do this? Okay, let me take part of the technical aspect first. Ta-da! Pin. Good. So we'll do the pinning. Now I'll go to screen sharing and get going with Lexi there. And enjoy.
come kissing did I know? Oh. So why did I come closer and closer? No. Don't be a listen, then my love come to you. So come along and see where I can listen. Don't be a listen if I can't be listen if I know. So I can't be disturbing to like it deserving and not. Don't be a listen, come to me and I'll hear the story. Yeah, so come along into the start and tell me what to do. There's gonna be a day. Don't be a listen, be myself. I'll be love. 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 I'll be everywhere. Love in Jenny's store. I'll be love. I'll be love. I'll be love. I'll be the day from the night and play and all sorts of love to say. I'll be grateful, listen, open to the story. Don't make me feel like love. I'll be love. I'll be love. I'll be something and shining in the store. Don't make me sing like I feel like love. And then make me shine. Don't make me slam for its part. I know something in this world and the sounding apart in nothing can love into love. I'll fade into love. I'll be clinging to the sunrise into love. I can't be clinging to the star into the line. I'll be his man. Love into the story ends as far as I can be the girl. I wanted to be someone else, but my love inside of me is yours. Something I can make it sure. Why did I come into this so more? And I can be the light into the story ends. Don't be allowed to say in love again, but I can see the one again. Don't make me feel like love. Love is yours. Thank you, everybody.
Yep, you can speak.
Yeah, just add that Lexi, we okay?
Yep.
Yeah, Lexi makes them up as she goes along. The dance, the music, she doesn't know what she's going to do next. So you can imagine that's quite challenging for some folks that someone is that powerful, 10-year-old girl. Fantastic. So we're here for everybody. Are you going to have a go now, Norm?
I can.
Yep, good.
But
So Norman's next.
My prose
Yes.
and later on the piano. But we can give time to the others as well. All right.
Yep.
So let me pin myself because I forgot. Not every time remember. Mela. Ta-da. and pin. Good, we're on full screen now. And okay. So this is a piece of prose that I wrote, 5 years ago. Thank you. And it's a reflection on how life works, which is the title of the piece. How life works. Life operates by the modus of momentum. The actions of the now, the only moment of life, changing constantly and recording everything, are creating the state and the status of the future. Observe nature. Take a tree. A seed is planted, nourished, taken care of, treated well, subjected to the elements and conditions required for it to grow. Time elapses. As a result of actions, efforts, and time, after a period of time and due to all the collection of activity performed upon the original seed, then there will one day be a tree. Observe little children. You play games, do actions, teach by imitation, and so on and so forth. And maybe you feel, hey, little one, are you not getting it? Oh, yeah, baby, the little cutie is getting it all right. Quite, quite. Just wait a few days or weeks or possibly a bit longer, and you'll be amazed at the results. Kids reminding their parents of the next part of the song or action. A few month-old babies steadying up and repeating Mr. Norman's stamp from the sessions. Little cuties responding to the actions of their mums, varying speed as per above, and the mother and baby music sessions. Observe productivity, work, money, business, economics, network marketing, investments, and all the rest of it. Long periods of time without any tangible, visible, concrete results. Then, suddenly, as if by magic, a boom, a boost, a growth spurt. For long stretches, input exceeds output, only to reverse, and many times requiring little or no input any longer. So, what is it about the interim period? What is happening there? Learning? Surely yes, but not only. Growth? Most definitely also yes, but again, not only. So, what is it? Experience? Yes, too, beyond any shade of doubt, of course, but not only. So, what is it that is going on? What is happening during that in between period from start to magic? I'm sure there's much more than the above three aspects, but the singular, most effective one is this: momentum is catching on. All the little things, the actions, the activities, the attitudes, the cares, the patience, the thoughts, the hopes, the faiths, the spiritual practices, the guides, the encouragements, the joy, the bliss, the visualizations, the dreams, the blessings, the feelings of gratitude, the persistence, the determination, all the energy. Life is. Thank you.
Have you got anything else? Got anything else? Is that it?
The piano now or
No,
later on?
hang on. Let's see. Has anybody got anything they'd like to add? You guys?
You want to hear my latest one? I've got my channeling.
What?
Do you want to hear my latest channeling?
Yes, why not? Go on. Let's suck it to us. Can you explain clearly what you mean?
I will.
Thank you.
I'll just find it first. Okay, so every Tuesday night, I sit and meditate with some friends. We have a chat, and we've been doing it for well over a year now. And then we sit for about 10 minutes, and I generally get some writing. More recently, I've been getting speaking, but this week I got some writing because it wasn't really practical for me to do it verbally where I was. There were people around, you know. So I just did some writing, and there was only one woman and I met this week. Usually there's four of us, and we were having a chat, and we were wondering what was really happening right now, you know, with the energy and with humanity and stuff. So I just asked a question before when we stopped for 10 minutes, and we do it on Zoom. And so then I asked, so this is it. I said, my question, what is happening to humanity? And Spirit answered me this: the wheat is being separated from the chaff, sifted, threshed, graded. The wheat is rich and bountiful, but the chaff bears sharp splinters and is good for naught but soaking up that which is thrown on the floor in the corners of the threshing room, soaking up the spat out dregs of the wine that is drunk to carouse and celebrate the downfall of the human race. Where is the spirit? The chaff has been separated from the spirit. Whilst the wheat swayed uncaring in its growing stages in the fields, the chaff was an integral part. It mattered not, as the spirit animated the whole plant. But as the threshing began, the chaff fell to the ground. Not recognizing the spirit that animated it, it cared only for its separation as something better, better to be on the floor of the threshing room. The fruit of the wheat still is animated by the spirit, for new life is born of it. The richness, the goodness, the wholesomeness, all is within. Remember your wholesomeness, you are the heart, the golden heart of the wheat. Be aware of the spirit that animates you. In this awareness, be aware of the love of the Father. That is the spirit. Feel the love flow through your heart, blend with the love of the Father, the flow of your lifeblood. Fear not, as this is the key to the way ahead.
Wow.
Very inspiring and very poignant. Thank
I
you.
like the images. The
Very
spat out dregs in the corner of the threshing room.
beautiful. I couldn't think of anything like that myself. Wonderful. Have you got anything to say, Elaine? Do you want to add anything or say anything? Because we're very loose and relaxed. Depends how many people here. If you got about 8 people, it's bum 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 bum. But because there's only us 4, so it's a lot.
Yes, I noticed that I find myself listening and containing, perhaps because that's kind of what I do most, and the joy of listening to these beautiful metaphors that you all shared, and the rhythm in your writing and the imagery. And it's like the way I am. I tend to kind of stay a bit in the background unless someone calls me in. Probably it's because of what I do that I tend to be like the container and kind of what I do. So thank you for bringing me in. It's through our writing we connect, even if through Zoom, but it makes us feel that there's something larger than us, and when we hear other people's feelings and insights and dilemmas and questions, it connects us to something larger than us, and that's very comforting, and that's very visceral, and that's very meaningful. So I'm grateful for these spaces, and I'm grateful for our ability to express ourselves and also contain and connect. So thank you for being here, and yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks for your contribution as well. For me, you seem, authentic. Still,
Where are you, Elaine?
I live in Malta.
Oh, very nice.
I'm Maltese. There was a time in my life where I lived in London. I lost count now. I was in my mid-20s, just for a year and a half or so. I was studying and working there, but I'm fully bred Maltese. Otherwise, I grew up in a fisherman's village in the south of Malta. Now I'm living in the Pembroke part of Malta. But yeah, but I consider myself quite of a traveler, physically and also like in my identity. And I love to go to different countries since I was young. I used to travel mostly on my own. Before then, I get married and now became a parent 14 years ago. But I always loved to travel. So before I kind of settled down, what do you call it? I kept traveling all the time, but I used to do lots of traveling on my own as well. So I love being in a multicultural space. It feels like home to me. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much for that little, little bit of bio about yourself.
Yeah.
Have you got anything to do now? Have you got something?
Just the piano.
Okay. So Norm's going to finish with a bit of piano. Right?
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Off you go, buddy.
Mela. In the meantime, I'm setting the stage, of course. We have to move so that we can play the piano. That's the cajon used as a stand, and I'm going to be sharing and playing and improvising on a piece of music called All of Me. So I'll do that, and I have the lead sheet there so that you can see me as well.
What date's our next?
Ideally the 21st of August. Okay, so here we go. And maybe I can do this to balance out. Yes, now I got it straight. Now there's that, and we go with a nice swing feel today.
Lovely.
Fantastic. That was really great.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Back to plenary session of Angle. Bing, there we go. And let's conclude.
Well, I
Ta-da!
just that was great. That was Gershwin-esque, I think, wasn't it?
Really? Okay.
I heard bits in that. I mean, I don't know anything about music, but that kind of music. So, but that's what I got. I got the kind of like in New York, definitely New York.
Uplifting.
Yes, uplifting stuff about New York. The kind of like a black and white picture of New York in the 30s. That's what I got out of that one, you know. Anyway, just like to thank you all for participating tonight. This is for people. It's not for anything else. It's not for. I think we need to express ourselves, and I think it's an ongoing therapy. You might even say at times, not necessarily a therapy. It can be a reflection of how you feel, which can be very good, but also therapeutic. And it's good to have. I think in everything I've organized, done stuff that if you've got what I call the right people, it makes a difference to the energy. It works better. That's all I'm trying to say. And I think tonight we certainly had the right people, you know. Although I wouldn't say there's wrong people, but there's the right people. It makes it sort of good energy. So that's it. Thanks very much. And we'll be having another one, another session in a month's time. The date being
21st, Saturday, 21st August.
Yes.
It will be the third Saturday of the month, as always.
21st. Yeah. So put that in your notebook. If you want to attend, you're very welcome. Never feel under any pressure, and you're never obligated. If you can make it, great. You know, if you can't, it's okay. You're always welcome for the next one. I don't like any pressure, any expectation, and nothing. You just come if you can, if you want. It's nice though when people commit and commit because they like what we're doing and want to be part of it. That's what I'm saying. That's enough. I'm not saying any more. Thank you. And over to Norman, say
Thank you very much. Yes, let's finalize things like that. So thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Claire. Beautiful contributions from everybody. Just in case you would like to invite a few other people of the same kind that Paolo has just mentioned, slowly we can grow. We don't have to, but if we grow like properly nurtured with the right ethos. You know, like the right people within the group who can contribute and enjoy, of course. Garner this energy and throw out more positivity into the world. So our next appointment is on Saturday, 21st August of the year 2021.
And also that people can come and just listen. They don't have to perform. So everyone has to be a great artist and say, oh, I can't do all. You don't have to do anything. You just come in and listen.
And with regards to doing, we can read, we can sing, we can dance. So we have various ways of expressing ourselves. Thank you very much once again. Please do click on the page Malta Poet Society. It's a Facebook page. And if you share that link, share that link with people. Once processed, the episodes will go up. So within a few hours or days, this one will be up on the page there, and you can actually browse through the previous ones, like going back to December, I believe. December. And we share and we invite people to the page as well.
Yes.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
And see you next month.
Many blessings. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.